What is up, you beautiful happy hustlers out there? Cary Jack here, and we are talking today about the number one principle for building a massive movement. And I know you're a leader, I know you're a happy hustler, I know you want to positively impact more people in this life, or else you wouldn't be watching this or listening to this. And if you're not watching this and you're just listening to the audio, go to YouTube, Cary Jack and The Happy Hustler, and you can watch the video version. But I'll tell you this, if you're not implementing this number one principle, well, it's going to be very difficult to lead a massive movement. And this principle is sell a big enough dream that everyone you lead can fit their dream inside the one you're selling. Okay? Sell a big enough dream that everyone you lead can fit their dream inside the one you're selling. Now, this was from Ed Mylett's book, The Power of One More. He wrote about this concept. When it comes time to building a movement, you have to have a big enough dream that other people can see their dream inside of yours. That's how you create a massive movement, right? You have to give people a sense that they are involved in something historic, and it is a key step in how you build culture and how you create that massive movement. And I'll just use myself as an example with the Happy Hustle. Okay, this is something that I take very seriously. I really, truly want to create a massive movement away from this entrepreneurial burnout culture to help millions of entrepreneurs, 10 million to be exact, create blissful balance, both personally and professionally. And entrepreneurs can fit their dream of this blissful balance inside of my movement because it actually works. Like, other entrepreneurs can see the exact 10 alignments, that we go through, the soul mapping system. If you're not familiar, you can check it out at thehappyhustlebook.com. Pick up a free copy, shameless plug, but it is a great place for you to start to integrate yourself with the 10 alignments framework. And that is the movement that we're creating at the Happy Hustle headquarters to really help entrepreneurs achieve this blissful balance, to avoid burnout. And I'm very passionate about this topic because I burnt out as a tech entrepreneur in New York City. I mean, I was just working like a damn dog, 100+ hour weeks, getting less than 5 hours of sleep, all for profit and success and ego and status and all the things. And now I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, making more money and more impact than ever before. And I have that blissful balance, both personally and professionally, okay? And this is something for you out there right now, you have to think about for your movement, for your message. What is that dream that you're selling, right? Because building a movement is an ambitious undertaking, right? It really is. And you have to have this principle at the forefront. That dream must be big enough for other people to sell their dream inside or fit their dream inside, right? You have to sell a big enough dream for others to fit theirs inside. And when this, when I read this really spoke to me. And I was like, man, is my dream big enough? Is what I'm up to with the Happy Hustle really big enough? And the answer is yes, and it will continue to iterate because I do have some very strong dreams in regards to selfless service and protecting our planet that will be integrated with these entrepreneurs, because I really believe entrepreneurs start changing the world. Like, we are the difference maker. We are those pushing the boundaries. We are those evolving. We are creating content. We are creating businesses and products and services. Entrepreneurs are my people. I love entrepreneurs. We're hungry, we want to make a positive impact. And that's something, if you are an entrepreneur or you're an aspiring entrepreneur, I know a lot of the happy hustlers are. That is something that you have to think about for yourself in your own movement. Like, what is the actual dream that you're creating, that you're selling, right? And I'll just tell you this, strong leaders, they must allow people to see themselves inside the dream, and then they must recognize each person's unique gifts, meeting people's basic needs, and then set that inspirational example to have a chance at a favorable outcome, right? This is what Ed talks about, and you have to think about those 6 basic needs. Tony Robbins references them a bunch, but the 6 basic needs: certainty, uncertainty and variety, significance, love and connection, growth, and contribution. Like those are the 6 main basic needs. So when you're recruiting people to join your team, each one of those team members who can help you create this massive movement, you have to think about how you are leading them and what of those main basic needs is their key driver, right? I know some people, it's like certainty, like they have to have, that stable income or that health benefits or whatever it is, right? That's certainty. Or maybe it's that certainty of schedule. Some people, it's like they just need to feel significant. Like you need to just tell them, hey, you're doing such a great job. I want to promote you. You can become VP, if you do this, this, and this, and that will come with it more power. Some people are like, I really just want to focus on contribution and growth and make sure that my work is meaningful and matters. So this is a very important piece within this principle is when you are creating that massive movement, you have to understand which of those 6 basic needs drives your team, right? Drives the people that you're serving as well. And that's how you can speak directly to them. That's how you can make your message matter and you can build that massive movement, baby. And that's what it's all about. It gets me fired up because if you aren't infusing this principle into your business, into, your message, into your movement, if you're not selling a big enough dream, then other people are going to search elsewhere. They're going to attempt to learn from other people who have a big enough dream that they can fit theirs inside. And I'm sure you're listening right now. You can probably think of someone right now that you have followed or learned from that has a massive dream. Like I'll give you a quick example. You look at someone like Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's selling the dream of financial freedom, right? Financial freedom and abundance. That's a massive dream that pretty much everybody can fit inside of. You can think of one for yourself. You can use examples from your real world and you can kind of reverse engineer what the dream is that you have bought into to then build your massive movement. And I'll just tell you, my massive movement is just at the foregrounds. This is just the beginning of the happy hustle. I see the happy hustle everywhere as just a global difference maker. I believe so strongly in the happy hustle. That is something that when the right people who come into my sphere, my tribe, the tribe of entrepreneurs that I really want to serve, they understand this concept of blissful balance and they can see the roadmap to get there, man, they light up. And so do I. So I believe what I'm selling, and you need to believe what you're selling, or else the massive movement is not going to take shape. Okay? And that's okay if you don't want a massive movement. Maybe you just want to, kick it and be comfortable doing like a 9-to-5 job and, kind of building someone else's dream or massive movement. That's cool too. If you don't want to lead this massive movement, that's okay. Everyone is on their own journey. But if you do, and I'm assuming you do if you are listening to the Happy Hustle podcast or, a fan or friend or, even just a new consumer of the content, this is who it's for, the massive movement makers, right? We are the people who are really out there to make this world a better place. And I know it's cliche, I'm the first one to admit a lot of my, buzzwords that I use, passion, purpose, positive impact, those are cliche. I get it. But it's also my truth. I want to infuse that inward calling on my heartstrings, my passion, right, with my purpose, that outward serving mission to make a positive impact. I don't want to do it if it's going to exploit the earth's resources or hurt, people in the process. That's just not what I'm about. And so if you can infuse the passion and the purpose and the positive impact into your movement, and you can sell a big enough dream that other people can fit theirs inside of yours, you will be well on your way to building that massive movement, to changing more lives, to positively impacting the world, and leaving yourself a legacy. When you go back in your life, and it'll happen for all of us. We don't know when, but it'll happen, where you reflect and you look back on everything you've accomplished, and then you look back on everything that you wanted to accomplish that you didn't. Will you be content? Will you be content with the life that you led? And I think that's the really important question at the forefront here. Like, are you going to have regrets? Or are you going to say, man, I lived. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. Thank you for this blessing of life and this breath. And I know, there were some days where I snoozed my alarm. There were some days where I didn't, live my optimal self. There were some days where, I did. And most of the days I'm grateful for, and I made the most of, and I'm proud of my life and everything I've accomplished, right? Like, no one's perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. There's days where I look back on that day and go, well, that day didn't go as planned, right? Like, that's just what it is. We all have those days. But you have to have more days where they do go as planned, where you do crush it, where you are productive, where you are optimized. So that is what it takes to build that massive movement. You have to lead from the front, lead by example, and believe what you're saying. And most importantly, that number one principle, you have to build a movement and sell a big enough dream that everyone you lead can fit their dream inside the one that you're selling. Right? You have to sell a big enough dream that everyone you lead can fit their dream inside the one that you're selling. So that is the message for today. I hope this resonates. I hope it fires you up like it does me. And I hope you share this with a friend, someone who maybe is in the process of building a massive movement and could use this, pick me up or this principle to really reorientate that dream that they're selling. Okay? Because this is how we continue to spread the positive message of happy hustling, a life that you absolutely love. No more settling, my friends. Get out there, get after it, make the most of this moment, and happy hustle a life that you love. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace and love.